Tropical Storm Hilary. They led it right into the country.
Cringeworthy visit of a disaster area that I've ever seen.
The tropical depression that hit California, the first of such that has hit in the past 80 years, somehow has become the fault of Joe Biden. And as you all know, I am not one to defend Joe Biden, don't really particularly care about defending his honor. But when we get to the level of absurdity where they're actually blaming an act of God on Joe Biden, it really crystallizes just how deep into an alternate reality the conservative movement is. Here's Fox News over the weekend blaming the tropical storm coming into the United States of America on Joe Biden.
The wrath of Tropical Storm Hilary. 42 million desperate souls in the path of the storm, which made landfall in Mexico several hours ago. But they let it right into the country because it's Biden's America.
I'm going to leave it there because it doesn't deserve any additional comments. But what I want to do next is to juxtapose truth and reality from what's happening in Maui. In Maui, the president of the United States has shown up 13 days after the wildfires. A lot of Republicans complaining, saying, oh, this is a Joe Biden put in America second. This is America second policies because he got there too late. Never mind the fact that it took President Trump 15 days to get to Puerto Rico. And when he got there, he was throwing paper towels at people. Do you remember that? But now I want you to listen to Fox News coverage. And of course, this is not just Fox News, but they are at the top of propaganda mountain when it comes to the conservative movement. Here's the description given by a Fox News guest, basically saying that Joe Biden has abandoned Maui. And the only reason I'm really playing this is because I want to play a clip from the mayor of Maui, along with the senator from the state of Hawaii, who says the exact opposite.
The America Last policies of the Biden administration were on full display yesterday. I mean, it was the most cringeworthy visit of a disaster area that I've ever seen. That
now, just to be petty, was it more cringeworthy than Donald Trump throwing paper towels to the survivors in Puerto Rico a few years ago? Just wondering. That was the voice of Russell Fry, who is the representative, the Republican representative from the 7th Congressional District of South Carolina on Fox News, saying that this was an American last policy from Joe Biden. Listen, when there is a disaster, what the regions need is aid. They do not need publicity stunts from politicians. That said, Joe Biden did show up, showed his face, and this was the response from Richard Bisson, the mayor of Maui County, Hawaii.
How responsive the president has been. He called yesterday, asked for the help we needed. We talked a little bit about that, and within 2 hours, one of his cabinet members called me back to answer my question. So we've been getting all the help that we need. Again.
But his testimony doesn't matter when the conservative movement has an echo chamber that is completely capable of creating an alternate reality. It doesn't matter what the actual mayor said of Maui. It doesn't matter what this next clip from Senator Brian Schatz. It doesn't matter what he said. All that matters is that Fox News and the conservative movement is 100% capable of creating alternate realities. Listen in.
Circumstances were different. We do want to say mahalo to the president and the first lady and welcome for making this historic trip in our time of need. We in Hawaii have been through hurricanes, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, but we've never seen such a robust federal response. Thank you.
Well, yeah, I mean, you may never have seen a more robust federal response, but that doesn't stop Republicans from seeing what they want to see, which is an insufficient response, which is putting America second or America last response. That is the talking point. And there are so many more important issues to discuss when it comes to Maui, when it comes to Hurricane or Tropical Storm Hilary. Right. We really should be discussing how these events are occurring more frequently and the intensity of them is increasing. And we should be discussing climate change and how we halt the impacts and the effects of it. But do you see how it's impossible for us to actually move the conversation forward on how to save humanity when half of the voting population in this country consumes their media from outlets that create alternate realities. It's impossible for us to, and that's the point, right? It's impossible for us to make progress on halting the effects of climate change when we are so busy trying to fact check. We're so busy trying to debunk all of the lies that are spewed from the conservative movement of this country 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it reminds me of what Toni Morrison said with regard to racism. She said the purpose of racism is to occupy your time, to waste your time, to slow you down, because you spend more time trying to address the racism and the white supremacy than actually making progress. It's the same thing here. The purpose of the echo chamber is to create enough confusion, enough competing theories, enough fake news for us to literally spend all day trying to shoot down the lies, when what we need to be doing is ending the subsidies to these fossil fuel companies. But no, what we have to do is to constantly shoot down the lies, because the lies become actionable. When conservatives' lies go unchallenged, even when they do go challenged, oftentimes they are able to move policy with their lies. I call it critical mass. It doesn't matter whether it's based on truth. It doesn't matter if it's based on reality. It could be 100% a lie. It does not matter, because the conservative movement has created the perfect system where they can say literally anything. And so long as their supporters go along with it, which they will, by the way, their supporters will never challenge a single lie from the conservative media echo chamber. And so long as their supporters go with it and they can get 50% plus one, they can get actual policies that are devastating to humanity based on their lies. So it's an unfortunate reality that we have to slow down and talk about the alternate reality that the conservative echo chamber creates every single day with every single story, because they have literally nothing that they can be honest about. They have literally nothing that they can stand on from a policy perspective, because all they have is death and destruction for humanity. So of course, they're going to spend the entire day creating lies that they can now get policy enacted based upon.